Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Brandon Hodge. So this news episode is brought to you guys by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for tickets for any of the entire world, get $20 off your tickets, guys! Use my last name, code Hodge, at checkout. You guys will get $20 off any ticket for any event in the entire world. First time orders only, though. So if you've used SeatGeek before, make a new account, you can still use the code. Just my last name, code Hodge. Get you $20 off any ticket for literally any event over on SeatGeek. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have no confirmed news stories today. I have nothing to talk about today. You guys get the drift. We've been here, standing here, doing this show for like 5 years. You guys get the point. Ladies and gentlemen, get those juice boxes out. Get those juice boxes ready. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the first news story of the day is about Monday Night Raw, as well as Friday Night SmackDown and their schedules. We have a little bit of flip-flopping craziness going on. So, Raw was always the 3-hour show. SmackDown was always the 2-hour show. They both used to be 2 hours. Then they flip-flopped, they were both 3 hours, and now one's gonna be 3 hours and one's gonna be 2 hours. It's like, what the heck's going on? Okay, so basically, let me clear things up for you. So, there's a lot of changes going on. They're switching networks and all kinds of craziness is going on. Everyone has their little input on everything. But all I can say is going forward, we're looking into the new year of 2025. What will be happening? So Raw, of course, will be moving to Netflix. In this Netflix deal, they were kind of like debating, I think this past week, if they were going to do like a 2-hour or 3-hour Raw when it hits Netflix. They come up to the conclusion they will be doing a 3-hour Monday Night Raw. Raw is going back to 3 hours starting when they hit Netflix next year. Now, as for SmackDown, is that going to be a 2-hour show, 3-hour show? So basically, they have a contract with USA to have it be a 3-hour show until June. So basically, this is happening, I believe the first 3-hour SmackDown is January 3rd. So it'll be January 3rd to like the last day of May, the last SmackDown of May. That is when the 3-hour thing will be, and then SmackDown will be going back to 2 hours. So if you've been following me thus far, you should get basically things are eventually going to go back to normal the way they were for the most of this year. Raw will be the 3-hour show, SmackDown the 2-hour show. That is going after the second half of the year, I guess. And then the first half is going to be kind of weird, where both shows are just going to be 3 hours. That's a lot of television for them to produce. That adds an entire extra hour of production. It's just going to be interesting to see how they fill the time. But yeah, everything's crazy right now. But more wrestling, less wrestling, more wrestling. It's going to be a crazy year, and I can't wait. All right, the next rumor is going to be about The Rock. So this one's about The Rock's schedule. There's been a lot of like conflicting things being reported like this past week about The Rock's schedule, saying The Rock is not going to be wrestling at next year's WrestleMania. And then he is wrestling at WrestleMania. And then he's not going to be a Survivor Series. He's not going to be this. He's going to do that. He's going to do that or this or that. He's not available. His Hollywood movie schedule is too much. Okay, so basically, let me clear this all up for you guys. The Rock's schedule is pretty much set, locked, and I don't know how far out, but basically, everything's been taken into account. The movies are going to take a given amount of time, hopefully, nothing goes over time. If it goes over time, it's over budget, and the movie studios aren't going to allow that. So basically, everything's like made perfectly. They know what shows The Rock's wrestling, and those plans have not changed. He's not canceling any dates or anything like that. Everything's set. The Rock's schedule is his schedule and nothing's changing. So The Rock is going to be wrestling at WrestleMania next year. As far as Survivor Series this year, or Crown Jewel, or any of that stuff, I don't know. No one really knows. It's not public information. But whatever they made the agreement for, the schedule, it is still the set schedule. So The Rock, he's not going anywhere. So get used to The Rock, the Great One, being around, because he's absolutely not going anywhere. He's been working the program for WrestleMania, maybe a Bloodline Civil War program or something. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. But The Rock's here, and his schedule's set, guys. All right, the next rumor, speaking of WWE schedules, let's talk about a man we've not seen in a little while. I don't know if we want to call him a man. Maybe we should call him more of a beast, if you will. So, the beast incarnate, Mr. Brock Lesnar. When is he coming back to the WWE? Because we've not seen the guy in a while. There's a lot of controversy, a lot of rumors that maybe we won't be seeing Brock back because he has messed up with some crazy controversies in the past few months. Maybe that's cleared up. I'm not entirely sure on that subject. But basically, all I know is this rumor is saying WWE and Brock Lesnar are currently communicating with each other. They're talking about a return. I don't know when this could be. I mean, we have Survivor Series coming up. You got Crown Jewel coming up. Of course, you got Royal Rumble, WrestleMania looking into the new year. Personally, if I was booking it, same for Royal Rumble, just have him come out a surprise entrant. Like, that is a huge surprise because some people were like, we're never going to see this guy in WWE again, and have to be in the Rumble is a huge surprise. I think that's a great spot. But basically, WWE, Brock Lesnar talking, he is coming back. It's not a matter of if he's coming back, it's a matter of when, because he is absolutely coming back, and it is happening. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Thunder News Show. The final thing I'm going to be talking about inside this episode of WWE News Rumors. What is this about? What's this going to be about? Let me tell you what it's going to be about. It's going to be about none other than Miss AJ Lee. AJ Lee, former women's wrestler, former, I don't know what we want to call her, former women's divas champion, maybe? But she was like a women's wrestler before women's wrestling was a thing, so AJ Lee needs to come back. Also married to CM Punk, if you don't know. So, CM Punk's returns, the question is, can Punk convince AJ Lee to return, because everyone wants her back? And, you know, she's been doing her own thing and doing a great job at that, and that doesn't mean she has to return for, like, a full-time wrestler schedule, but just have her return in some capacity. So, is AJ Lee returning to WWE? It's ultimately the question. Will WWE have her back? Or are they open to that? So, this rumor is saying AJ Lee, WWE are absolutely wanting AJ Lee back. They would be absolutely willing to have her back. And they I guess, tried to contact her. I'm sure they're putting out feelers through Punk to her, seeing if she would want to come back. So basically, if AJ Lee wants to come back, she has a home at the WWE. So hopefully, she'll come to the decision one day and be like, yeah, I do want to come back. And maybe that's something that's already planned. Who knows what's going on in the world of wrestling, the world of surprises, in the world of the unknown. We don't know. Maybe Royal Rumble, we might see an AJ Lee return or something. I don't know. But this rumor is saying WWE definitely want her back. They definitely want to work with her. And we're just waiting to see if AJ Lee wants to do the same. And maybe she does. Maybe something's in the works right now. Who knows? Well, only time will tell. And we'll just have to wait and see. So there you guys have it. That's pretty much going to do it for this episode of WWE News Rumors. Let me know your thoughts on all these news stories, rumors in the comment section down below. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your one and only undisputed king of Vlog Stop, Brandon Hodge, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.